guys, and welcome to the fish room today. I thought I'd talk a little bit about what it means to be an aquarist. It's not simply keeping fish or keeping plants or keeping underwater, livestock, those kind of things. It's more than that. To me, it's like being a caretaker. You have a responsibility to the animals and the livestock that you keep, to the fish, your shrimp, your plants. So it's like a caretaker job, It's they're totally dependent on you for their survival and their well-being. And it's not simply putting a few things in a glass box and hoping they'll survive. It's definitely much more than that. We as hobbyists, as aquarists, we look after these animals and we take the responsibility for them. So we need to make sure that they get the correct foods, they get the correct light, they get the correct fertilizer. We do water changes to keep the aquarium healthy. It's definitely not simply having a few fish in a fish tank and letting them do their thing. You need to be very sure before you buy a fish tank that you will be able to maintain it properly and ethically and morally. I see too many instances where people buy a fish in a bowl or a fish in a small tank, or they have this massive tank at home and there's one fish and no decor or anything in there. So you need to make sure that you can sustain this hobby and look after them. It's much like buying a dog or a cat or any other pet, for that matter. It's a responsibility. It's like being a parent. It's like being a caretaker of a garden or a caretaker of a complex, for that matter. It's a long-term thing. So you need to be committed to what you're doing. So that is for me the most important part, is the fact that I can sustain my hobby and sustain the way that I take care of these animals. I want to see them flourish, I want to see them breed, I want to see them be happy, I want to see my plants be happy, I want to see my tanks being healthy. I don't want an eyesore standing in my living room that I haven't given attention to for the last 6 months. If you want to become an aquarist, and I use the term aquarist, not hobbyist. Anybody can do a hobby. You become an aquarist when you sign on the dotted line. You say, I want to keep these fish and I am committed to looking after them, and I will look after them for as long as they are alive, and it's not a short-term thing. At the moment I'm running maybe 25 or 24 round about their tanks, and it's hard work. It's not simply something that happens on its own. You have to be committed, you have to do your part. You must remember these aquariums are the closed environments, so nothing happens in them if you don't make it happen. You need to feed them, you need to take care of the plants, you need to take care of the fish, you need to take care of whatever is in the tank. It's your responsibility. So that's what I'm saying. Before you buy anything fish related, think about what you want to do, what you want to accomplish, what is What is your end goal in this whole thing? Do you simply want a small tank next to your bed? Or do you simply want a showpiece in your living room? Or what is it that you want to achieve? Let's say, for instance, you want something in your living room that's going to look good and be a showpiece in your house. You have to make the decision, or are you going to look after it? Or are you going to get someone to look after them for you? And you enjoy the fruits of that person's maintenance plan. If you are not interested in the nitty-gritty of fish keeping, I would strongly suggest you get someone that can come in once a week, look after your fish for you, be the caretaker for your fish for you, and make sure that your tank is healthy and happy. So I can't stress enough that keeping any livestock, any animal, is a responsibility. It's like having a child. It's not going to look after itself, if I can put it that way. It's something that brings the true aquarist joy. It brings him peace. It's not simply the viewing of the fish and sitting in front of the tank. It is a big part, yes, but it's the looking after, it's the taking care, it's the getting involved in your fish's lives, getting involved in your tanks, making it something different than what you would normally see. And as diverse as people are, so diverse we as aquarists are. None of our tanks look the same. We don't keep the same fish. Although there's, some overlaps, but some people like Oscars, some people like guppies, some people like neons. It's all down to personal choice, and that is why this is such a nice hobby, is that you can absolutely do whatever you feel is right for you, and the results are often spectacular. If there's passion, if your heart and soul is in the hobby, then you can achieve great things. So yeah, in short, being an aquarist is a way of life. We are passionate people. We can get quite upset if someone isn't doing stuff right, and water changes is quite a topic. But there's many ways to skin a cat. But yeah, in the end of the day, we are passionate people. We make passionate decisions. We argue passionately. But when all is said and done, we make good friends. And this past expo in December in Centurion just showed me that even people that are in competition with each other can be friends and can speak to each other and can connect because of the hobby. And the hobby is the common denominator. It's not about each person as an individual. It's a community, and it's a community that needs to grow the hobby. It's a community that needs to feed the hobby. And I've seen too many guys recently it's all about self. It's all about me. It's all about what can I get out of this. And it's sad. For me, it's all about sharing. If I can't do something, if I can't supply, if I can't give advice, I'll refer to someone else, to someone that can, someone that has the know-how or has the product or can assist you. You know, so if I keep quiet and I say, no, I don't know anybody, because I don't want to give person B or person A or whatever a break, then what are you going to do? You're going to become demoralized and you're going to stop the hobby. So how do we then grow a hobby if people operate like that? You know, so if I can get new people into the hobby by referring them to someone else, then yes, by all means. Because 2 years down the line, you have upgraded from one tank to 10, and your local fish shop benefits from that. So it's not simply a matter of each guy for himself. It'll never work. So that is why also I'm rambling on a bit now about the expo as well, but to me that was the first sign of things that can be, things that can become. You know, so I'm very positive about it. And it ties into what is an aquarist. An aquarist is that person that wants to grow his or her hobby, to be a catalyst in getting people together and finding that common denominator, which is the hobby, which is keeping fish, which is keeping plants. So yeah, it's a commitment, and a commitment I'm more than willing to make. I enjoy keeping fish. I enjoy keeping my shrimp. I enjoy keeping my plants. And it's a hobby that I can strongly recommend. It is not rocket science. It is a few basic rules to follow, and it's a few basic things you need to do. And if you keep on doing them, you will have success. And you know, we all learned somewhere. We all started somewhere. And I've been keeping fish now since 1986, which makes me very old. But my point being, for me it's a long-term thing. It's a lifetime thing. So yeah, guys, that's all from me for today. I will be doing some videos on a new shrimp food that I got this weekend at the expo. The guys called Shrimp and Things. So keep an eye out. And yeah, thank you for being here and thank you for joining me. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you next time.